Psychology of Living is officially over 3 years old, and it's pretty wild to think about because it genuinely feels like yesterday when I started this channel, when I was scribbling down ideas for what would the logo be and what would I call it and this and that. And it's just been really fun. It's super cool to look back and think that 3 years have gone by and people are still enjoying the videos and I'm still enjoying making them. So first and foremost, I just wanted to give a massive thank you, whether you're a longtime subscriber or you're just lurking in the shadows, watching here and there. I seriously can't even thank you enough. It is so fun to be able to make these videos, talk about psychology, just nerd out about this thing that I care so much about, and to have some people kind of sort of care in some way. I've gotten a lot of really great messages from people saying that it's been extremely impactful for them, that it's helped shift their lives in pretty profound ways. And I've seen comments of just, hey, cool, good job, keep it up. All of it just means so much to me. I mean, the fact that there's some sort of engagement to the content, something that I made and putting together, that's amazing. That's really cool. So eternally grateful for all of you guys. I still have so many more things I want to cover, so many topics, so many collab episodes. And I wanted to take this opportunity to do a quick little recap on what the last year has kind of looked like. So the first video of the year was on belonging, and there's definitely a strong sense for all of us to want to feel seen, heard, and understood. So I thought that would kind of be a good starting point for kicking off the year. My least watched videos of the year were a short exercise for focus. Most people get this wrong about sleep, what to do if you're falling out of love with your wife/girlfriend, and my video on high performing teams. So per usual, it comes down to title and thumbnail. This every single year, it's the same thing. The worst performing videos are the ones that have really weak language in the titles. Really, I don't want to say uninspiring thumbnails, but just maybe the colors aren't great. Maybe there's too many colors. Maybe there's too many things to focus on. The image might be blurry. I've definitely learned a lot more about it. It's still something I can admittedly very much improve upon, but you can't win them all. Sometimes they just really suck and they flop. Doesn't mean the content's bad. It doesn't mean that the content's not as valuable. Some of these I put my heart and soul into, but maybe they're better served as shorts. Maybe they need a whole makeover. Probably should update the title and thumbnail for those eventually, but yeah, here we are. Worst performing videos of the year. My most watched videos of the year, on the other hand, were my video on the 3 things women look for in men, understanding Wolverine's motivations, my Navy SEAL collab episode, and by leaps and bounds, my Squid Game video. So relationship videos tend to do very, very well, and there's definitely a community or a pocket of the internet that loves searching up those kinds of videos of, what do people look for, how to find a partner, how to this, how to that, when it comes to love. So didn't expect that one to do that well, but it definitely did pretty well. The analytics were great on it. It was a really fun one to make, and I think it was a clear and concise topic that a lot of people can relate to and get behind. I think for the Wolverine video, that one is just, it's Marvel, it's Wolverine. Right then and there, that's just automatically going to elevate it. And it was actually interesting because with that video, it started off performing really poorly. Like people weren't looking at it. It wasn't good click-through rate. It just wasn't really doing what I thought it would. And out of nowhere, I want to say it was months later, it just started exploding. And exploding for my channel is, hundreds, if not 1,000 plus. So yeah, that one popped off. It was a slow burn, but it definitely started bringing in more folks. I dropped that one around the release of the Deadpool Wolverine movie. So I was hoping kind of that tie-in would help a little bit. But yeah, people really love that episode, and I'm super proud of that one. The Navy SEAL episode, I definitely expected to get a good chunk of views. It's just anytime you search Navy SEAL anything, they pretty much all have a ton of views. It's people telling stories of the SEALs, the training that they go through, the horror stories, experiences. in general, anything with buds, Navy SEALs, that kind of stuff, Hell Week, it usually tends to do decently well. So I thought it was super cool. I got to have an actual Navy SEAL come on and talk about his experiences. Although he was anonymous, it was still fun to have him on and just talk about all his crazy stories of what went on during his training and some of the aftermath of all that. So really, really fun. Again, I always love collab episodes. The Navy SEAL one definitely popped off. So that was great. And then there's the Squid Game video. This one was very tricky to make because there's so much to consider when you're making an episode like that that's on such a huge show. There's so much to each and every character. There's so much lore. There's all this history. There's real life Korean culture. There's the stuff that's happening in the show. There's the, the violence. There's just so many little angles and things to consider when making an episode like this. So it got hundreds of comments, thousands of likes, over 90,000 views. And it's just crazy. I never thought it would blow up that big. I definitely tried to time it at the release of season 2 and get that at a sweet spot where people were searching for it. And it ended up paying off. So very, very cool to see that. I loved all the feedback. There was a lot of great feedback and ideas, thoughts, different ways to approach the topic. Those things are great. I never delete comments. I respond to every single one. And I just think it's really cool that people are passionate enough or interested enough to leave some sort of comment or thought. Some of them very detailed and long on something that I put together, on something that they may or may not really love. So that was really cool. And it definitely spiked the channel a bit. We got, I want to say, like over 700 new subs because of that video. Tons and thousands of hours of watch time. And that led to the channel getting monetized. So huge, huge milestone. Thank you again. It feels weird to say out loud. It's been a kind of ethereal, distant goal and a thing that I'm like, I don't know if we'll hit that or when we'll hit it. And it's cool to say that the channel's monetized now. I don't monetize any videos that have to relate to something really heavy, like my suicide videos or, things on death. It just feels kind of scummy and weird. And I don't know. I know people do it and it's YouTube and it's just how it is, but something feels weird about it. So I turned off monetization on those videos and I tried to not be so obnoxious with the mid-roll. I think maybe there's one or two for the videos that do have mid-roll. I still love making the movie and character breakdown videos because they're just so much fun to make. It really just, it's such a passion for me. I really get to selfishly focus in on a video or character that I love, and I get to nerd out about it and talk about the psychology. I think they help paint a clearer picture on how psychology impacts our daily life, and they're really, really practical and relatable, more so than the ones with generic B-roll. I also still really love the collab episodes. Those are probably the most rewarding ones for me because it's just having interesting people come on and having them tell fascinating stories that relate to psychology. So that's it. I just wanted to come on and say thanks. I am endlessly grateful for all of you. It seriously means the world to me that you've been hanging out for a few years, for those of you that have been, or if you're new to the community. It all means so much to me. And I'm excited. I'm going to keep making the best videos that I can, trying my best, really pouring into topics that I love. And if you have any recommendations, please let me know. I'm always happy to take recommendations. Always trying to work on my storytelling, my presentation, the execution. At some point would love to get an editor, maybe someone who's really great with SEO, titles and thumbnails. More things to come in the future. Hopefully in our, future anniversary videos, we can talk about those as we expand. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I'm just kind of riding the wave, but regardless, the purpose of this channel has always been and will always be to help people and make psychology make sense. So it's all great. I still love this. It's so much fun. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. So as always, remember to take care of yourselves. Remember to take care of those around you. And for all things psychology to help you think, feel, and perform better, stay tuned right here on Psychology of Living.